So the Delhi Capitals become the second team of this tournament to go on and win 6 games in the ongoing IPL season. They find themselves on the second position of the points table, really comfortable and relaxed. But on the other end, they were up against the Lucknow Super Giants at the Ekana Stadium, and with the Lucknow Super Giants, even they could have been at the very same position where the Delhi Capitals find themselves at the end of the 40th game of the Indian Premier League. But unfortunately, the Lucknow Super Giants really underwhelmed against the Delhi Capitals, and because of that, they find themselves now in the middle of the points table, and they will really have to play out of their skins now if they really want to be one of the teams who play the playoffs of this 18th edition of the Indian Premier League. Although after the game ended, both the captains in Axar Patel and Rishabh Pant came out and talked about what they need to work on moving ahead in this season. Let's straight dive into it. First up, the winning captain in Axar Patel, he was a happy chappy. He really appreciated whatever went down today. He said that we started well with the ball, gained momentum after 2 quick wickets and bowled smartly. I'm nursing a slight injury but felt good today. Fielding needs improvement. Axar Patel made it very clear that to begin with, that partnership that happened between Aiden Markram and Mitchell Marsh, that was sort of getting out of hands, but then 2 quick wickets in the form of Mitchell Marsh and Nicholas Pooran got the Delhi Capitals back into the game, and after that things just started to fall in place for Delhi, and everything from there was just Delhi one-way traffic in the form of the Delhi Capitals. He also talked about why he wasn't bowling much in this season so far, to which he said that he has been nursing a finger injury, and because of that he wasn't bowling much. He felt good today, and that was the reason why he came up with the new ball. And he also talked about what preparation goes behind the scenes. He said that there were lots of matchups when we came out to bowl today, and all the bowlers stuck to their plans, and because of that they emerged victorious and restricted the Lucknow Super Giants at a very below par total. Although he did point out the one thing that the Delhi Capitals need to work on moving ahead, and that is their fielding, because he feels that moving ahead as the Delhi Capitals will be playing crucial games in the future in this tournament, that if the fielding is not up to the mark, that just might come back to haunt the Delhi Capitals. But on the other end, there were many questions that were there for a certain Rishabh Pant, specifically on the decision of what made him decide that he needed to come in the middle at number 7 instead of number 4 where he usually bats. He did talk about that as well, but firstly he said that we were 20 runs short. The idea was to send Samath to capitalize on the pitch. Then Miller came in and we got stuck, just trying to figure out the best combination moving forward. He said that the team's idea was to send an Abdul Samad and David Miller in the middle because they thought that they were behind par total, and they wanted Abdul Samad, Ayush Badoni and a David Miller to go out there and shift the momentum towards the Lucknow Super Giants, and that was the thought process behind him not going ahead of themselves. But what this also shows is that maybe Rishabh Pant does not have that much confidence at this point of time in his hitting ability, that he feels that Abdul Samad, David Miller and Ayush Badoni are bigger hitters than him. That ideally shouldn't be the case, but it's at least that's what Rishabh Pant feels and said during the post-match presentation. He even talked about the fact that they definitely were 20 runs short. In fact, I would go ahead and say that they might just as well be 30 runs short, because the way the Delhi Capitals batted later on, 30 runs more as well would not have really bothered the Delhi Capitals batters. He's really hopeful that moving ahead, the team needs to figure out the right combination. He talked about Mayank Yadav. He said that they are trying to get him in, and that is why Ayush Badoni starts off as an impact sub. And if the batter is not required, then they can definitely get in a Mayank Yadav. But unfortunately, that hasn't been the case. On both the previous occasions, Ayush Badoni has been needed as a batter. In fact, today so much so that he came even before a certain Rishabh Pant, who was the skipper of this team, and that is why he hasn't been getting that opportunity so far. He's hopeful that moving ahead, the team finds the perfect combination, but it's high time that the Lucknow Super Giants finally crack that code, because they are really well placed in the points table, and they would not really want to let go of the advantage that they gained in the early stages of this tournament. What do you think, that can the Lucknow Super Giants mount a comeback from here or not? And what do you think about what Rishabh Pant said about his batting position? You can let me know about that in the comment section below. But for now, that is all that I've got for you. I hope you're liking our coverage here on Sports Today of the Indian Premier League. And if you are liking it, do not forget to press the subscribe button, like this video, share it with your friends, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that as soon as we are live or there's any interesting content coming your way, you guys come to know first.